To my officers, I'm proud of you. You are strong and resilient. I'm expecting for us to continue to keep this community safe as we're doing it the right way.
LMPD Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villarroel sent a message of strength this morning after a police officer was shot in the Chickasaw neighborhood. We've been covering this developing story all morning long. We're continuing coverage throughout the day today. Here's what you need to know right now. At 2:30 this morning, an LMPD officer was conducting a traffic stop near 40th and Kentucky Streets, just west of 264. Someone fired a gun from a nearby home, hitting an officer in his torso. A supporting officer who was also on scene returned fire and was not injured. The injured officer is currently in critical but stable condition at U of L Hospital. He's been on the force for less than 2 years. Jim Stratman saw one man on scene put in handcuffs and taken away. Right now, we aren't sure what the involvement was in this shooting, but Jim is still live on the scene. You've been there all morning, Jim. What's happening right now?
Well, Haley, things seem to have calmed down considerably here in the last hour. You can see behind me the scene just a little bit further down 40th Street. We know that earlier, probably within the last hour, there was a mounted tactical unit member with a gun trained on one of these houses. That person has since gotten down from his vehicle, and it looks like things are starting to pack up a little bit out here. Still a heavy police presence. Let's not be wrong here. There is still a lot of this area blocked off over here in the Chickasaw neighborhood, especially just like it was very early on this morning. In fact, earlier this morning, we saw police with a perimeter about 2 to 3 blocks in every single direction, trying to make sure that they had enough room to operate. SWAT and hostage negotiators were on scene, and I have seen tactical units, as I said, with their gun trained on one specific house for hours this morning as this all played out. Right around 8:15 and 8:30 this morning, we did hear a very loud bang in the area. Following that, moments later, we saw at least one person being brought down 40th Street in handcuffs. Police have not confirmed if they believe that person is the shooter, but Chief Gwynn Villarroel delivered a defiant and confident message that this was going to end one way.
I am confident through a thorough investigation that we will have somebody in custody and charged for this incident.
Now, we are still waiting to hear officially from LMPD what charges will come from this incident and who the person they believe is the shooter in this case is. Now, again, this seems to be calming down just a little bit, but a lot of tape, a lot of officers still in the area. We do expect this scene to be very active for at least the next, let's say, couple of hours as crews begin to continue their investigation after this officer was shot this morning. It's something that we will continue to follow throughout the day and keep you updated as we learn more. Haley?
All right, Jim, thank you so much. This all happened just hours ago at the scene where Jim just was. Chief Jacqueline Gwynn Villarroel did say body camera video is available and will be released in the next 10 days. But for now, the police calls give us a better idea of what happened.
We got shots fired.
The call started with officers telling dispatchers where they were, saying that there were 2 people running. 15 seconds later, you heard that sound you just heard right there. Officers saying there are shots fired. The next minute includes back and forth of officers communicating that an officer is down before we get a chilling glimpse at further details.
I believe the shots came from the house up there. Watch your back. Cover that. One of those houses over there. The shots came from the front door.
Those calls continue back and forth, detailing the officer's gunshot wound, then the subject barricading inside a home. We do have that crew in the Chickasaw neighborhood. They're following this story all throughout the day. Make sure you download the WHAS11 app for the latest details. We'll bring those to you and all new information as we receive it live on air starting at 4. All right, let's go to our other top story of the day. We're talking about a historic day right here in Kentucky. Today, for the first time ever, you'll be able to legally place your bets on different sports throughout the Commonwealth in person. The day kicked off with Governor Andy Beshear placing that first bet. Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton are live right now. Isaiah, what was the governor's first bet? I'm interested to know.
Well, it was actually UK football and U of L football, actually. Interestingly enough, the governor betting the over for wins on the season. But the story here at noon is really just the amount of folks that are lining these kiosks here at Churchill Downs. Just a moment ago, each of the 15 all being used at one time. We've had a couple just leave, and this has pretty much been this case consistently for the last hour or so. So very busy. We do know that there are projections that about 90% of the tax revenue will come from online. So it's honestly pretty telling to see so many people coming in person just 2 hours from the announcement. Of course, this is a newly renovated space. But we also want to talk beyond the entertainment, right? This is projected to have a huge impact on Kentucky's economy. They're the dollars experts say the state has been losing out on to Indiana since 2019. Governor Beshear projects $23 million in annual tax revenue for Kentucky, but admitted to me today there's a good chance it will be higher. Meanwhile, we've also seen several folks in the community step up to try out the new system, just like we just showed you. One described the process as seamless.
Well, I've wanted to not have to drive across river to Indiana to bet for a long time. So, yeah, I just wanted to see, we've heard about it and it got together real fast. So, yeah, I just want to be able to bet on the Louisville game tonight and bet on whatever else might be on the menu.
I also talked to Louisville's Mayor Craig Greenberg, who predicts the move will bring more tourists to the city and boost the local economy. Now, the Churchill Downs Race and Sportsbook is open until 11:30 tonight to those who want to bet in person. Of course, this is just one of 9 different retail locations across the state now available and ready. We do know that online betting, of course, mobile apps, all that, will come in about 3 weeks. Haley.
All right, Isaiah, thank you so much. About 2.5% of the revenue will go towards helping those with gambling addiction in the Commonwealth. Experts tell us the need will be bigger than ever. More than 60,000 Kentuckians already show addictive gambling behavior. That's just with horse racing, according to Michael Stone with the Kentucky Council on Problem Gambling.
Significant risk factors for developing a gambling problem are accessibility and availability. So as gambling expands, there are more physical locations where you can bet. But now with the advent of the mobile applications on sports betting, so we need to have counseling availability from, Fulton to Pikeville.
If you or someone you know has a gambling addiction, you can take a look right there at the number on your screen, 1-800-522-4700. The National Problem Gambling Hotline is open every day. The rest of the money earned from sports wagering will go directly to funding the state's pension fund. The fund was set up to provide retirement and disability benefits for more than 400,000 Kentucky public servants. The plan in its current state has been described as one of the worst funded plans in the country. However, the money anticipated from sports wagering is expected to change that.